All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Sunday. You know what that means? It's Slow Down Sunday. What are you guys listening to today? Do you guys do this? Do you guys put on slow music in the mornings on the weekend, especially Sundays? I know that's what we do around here. And I'm excited about today's topic because I don't know if we've done this topic before. Anyway, we've certainly covered this band. But we are talking about the Eagles and the Eagles' Greatest Hits Volume 1. I don't know if I've covered a Greatest Hits before, specifically. Anyway, this was number one in 1976, this week in 1976. Number one for a total of 5 weeks. There's a lot of numbers to run about this particular record. Released February 17th, 1976. On Asylum Records. You got a couple assignments for today. Asylum Records, founded by David Geffen in that same year. That was a big deal. David Geffen was a manager, and he was well respected in the industry, especially Southern California scene going on there. And when he decided he was going to start his own label, a lot of people were like, yeah, he's artist first, good guy, going to sign with him. Asylum Records, it was a big deal. And if you haven't seen the David Geffen, I think it's called Building David Geffen. Anyway, it's on Netflix. If you haven't watched that, since you've watched everything else, you gotta watch the David Geffen documentary. That was worth it. Anyway, it's the first album ever to receive platinum status certification from the RIAA, Recording Industry of America Association, something like that. Anyway, that's when they started actually paying attention to how many records, and platinum was the designation for 1 million selling, and this is the first record to ever get that that signature. And sorry, I need some more coffee. Even though plenty of albums have sold 1 million, but that was the first time you could recognize it as what I'm trying to say. It sold 38 million copies in the United States and 45 million worldwide, making it the third selling album of all time and the biggest selling greatest hits of all time. Think about that. It spent over 5 years on the charts, and it was the best selling record of the 20th century. How about that? I remember reading about that. You'd read about, everyone was comparing it to that record, and you're always like, that's fascinating. This old greatest hits just sells so much. And it was the biggest selling record until Michael Jackson's death, and Thriller sold a bunch more and took over. But that was in 2009. The Eagles, if you haven't seen the Eagles documentary, that's your second assignment for today. That's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. It's long. But you do need to check that out. That is well worth it. So this tells the story about how they ended up going from this kind of folk country rock band, which is on display here with this record, to the more rock records that we know later. And this is the pivotal point right here. The band was apparently not too happy about the release of this record. They thought it was just a record company money grab, and they didn't have any say in it. And Don Henley, notoriously cranky about a lot of things, wasn't happy that they lifted some songs from their albums, that he wanted the people to listen to the whole album. Again, the only bright light they could get out of it was that it gave them more time to work on Hotel California, which is your musical departure in their new way of doing music. So, what is in this record? Really, you only had to buy this record, right? That's like, after this, you didn't have to buy their first few albums, but this has 9 of their singles released in just a 3-year period, 1972 to 1975. How about that? 9 singles, plus the album track Desperado. How about that? Was that not a single? All of these songs charted in the top 40 except for Tequila Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise was not a top 40 hit. How about that? 5 were in the top 10 and 2 were number 1. So, it's basically all the early Eagles stuff you need in one package, which was very convenient for a lot of us. And it's just a really good summary of that music. What do you got on this record? You got Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, which I always think of a friend of ours many years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. Andrew, you know who you are. He thought it was Witch A Woman. Which a woman? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but we would sing it that way after we heard that. Lion Eyes, not Mountain Eyes. That's my brother-in-law. Mountain Eyes. You Can't Hide Your Mountain Eyes. Great song. Already Gone. Desperado, of course. I mean, famously Desperado. So good. How was that not a single? One of These Nights, one of my all-time favorite ones. Tequila Sunrise. Take It to the Limit. If you've seen the special, you know Take It to the Limit was where they'd play that song last every concert, and there was a lot going on with the band. There's that famous scene of them fighting on stage, saying they're going to take it out back and beat each other up, and always wondering if he was going to hit that high note because of all the anxiety he had about singing that song last. So Sarah and I always say whenever we hear this song, I wonder if he's going to hit the high note this time. Peaceful, Easy Feeling, and Best of My Love. I mean, this is just perfect for Slowdown Sunday. Every single song on here is a hit, and it's slow. Perfect. So how do you pick a song of the day from this record, right? I mean, how do you do that? For me, I think One of These Nights would be one of my favorite songs, but Tequila Sunrise just seems perfect for Sunday morning, and it's a great song, right? So we're doing Tequila Sunrise for Song of the Day here on Slowdown Sunday. What do you guys think? Did you guys buy the Eagles' Greatest Hits Volume 1? I mean, it was pretty much standard. You had to have it in your record collection, right? I had the vinyl, I had the cassette, I had the CD. It's just one of those ones, right? So this is a good record. Enjoy it so much. So whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music, but you're slowing it down with the Eagles. Comment below. I want to hear. Did you do that? Are you going to do that? Are you going to listen to the Eagles today? Are you going to? Do it. All right, enjoy your Sunday, whatever you're doing, like I said, and looking forward to next week here in the Rock Cave. As usual, wait for it. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Working on the dreams he planned to try.